Thanks for tuning in to this spooky edition of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I'll unlock the mysteries of the mansions and catch those ghouls with your help. Thanks for tuning in, and have a safe and happy Halloween. I have some agua, water, which is good to keep the soul very quenched. No. Get it very moist, I guess. I was quenched before, and now I'm not. And hopefully that'll help with clearing the stuffy nose. Maybe not. I don't know. What's going on, everybody? My name is Brian Saviano, aka getting progressively more sick O'Brien, the #1 video game player that isn't playing video games right now. I'm just merely talking over video games in the form of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the Nintendo 3DS. So, oh man. You know the feeling when you can't breathe out of your nose? Which is basically where I'm at. So I'm trying to talk while breathing out of my mouth, which is kind of hard to do. I don't know how easy that's going to be for me over the course of this next, video series and whatnot here. So, yeah, I may have to actually take a break after this all happens here. This mansion here might be where I take a break. But yeah, we're still in the third mansion? Yeah, we're in the third mansion, right? Fourth? I don't know. I've lost track of everything. So, I've lost all sense of reality. Nothing makes sense anymore, and there we go. So with this one, it's still gathering up the pieces for the clock and doing the whole thing. And back to, not staying on topic, I don't know if there's actually anything else that was actually happening at the Topsfield Fair. Let me put this hood on. Do I look more like thuggish if I do this? Yeah, I look like I'm trying to be super hardcore here, and it's not. Is this like intimidating? If you were walking down the streets of New York and you saw this approach you, would you be scared? I feel like you'd be more confused than scared, right? You'd kind of be like, why are you doing this? Please stop doing this. Why are you sick? Please stop being sick, So, and hey, at least I chased down that thing there, and it ended up being worth it. Because then, yep, that's gold right there. So cool. I'm going to stop this now, because I'm going to stop looking like a hooligan. So, what else happened at the top? So, I didn't end up playing the Carney games. Is there anything else I did? Oh, I held a chicken. That was a whole big thing. We went to the chicken barn, which I think you could buy chickens too. A lot of them were like award-winning chickens, so you obviously couldn't buy them. But I'll show you the pictures of me holding a chick. It is actually my profile picture on a lot of different socials. So I did that because, you know what? Everyone else was doing it, and it just kind of made sense. When you are presented with an opportunity to have a chick in your hand, you have to do it. So, this is the, let's see here, hold on, and there we go. That's what it looks like now, right there. So that's me holding a little baby chicken. And, yeah, we all took turns holding the chicken. Obviously, got to sanitize your hands before you do that, and after you do that. There you go, there's a nice, gem there. The only one we have gotten so far. I think that might be the only one I get for the entire time, actually. I really did not focus on getting gems for this mansion at all. And that was me trying to talk through a yawn. So how well that worked, I don't really know. So we did that. And that's where we all were like, oh, this is so awesome. This is so cool. I actually had a much better time at this fair than I thought I would. And I had a much better time at this fair compared to the Big E. Because the Big E was a lot more going on. There was too much going on, in my opinion. Too many people. It was the last weekend of the fair. It was not as cold outside. So, when I think a agricultural fair in the fall, I think of, it being kind of cool and crispy outside, And that definitely wasn't the vibe at the Big E. And it just felt like there was too much happening, If I have to go and park in someone's backyard to find an adequate parking spot and not have to wait in line for 20 minutes or more at a time, I feel like that's getting a bit in over your head. And the fact that I had to drive like an hour and a half to get there certainly did not help. So I had a much better time at the Topsfield Fair. Obviously, being with Kevin and Joey at the Big E was good, but, you know, it was not the same sort of experience. So, in the Big E, oh, this is a whole cool section here. This whole hallway sequence, you have to get to the very end right there to get the key. But it's not that easy, for sure. I like it. So, what else? Well, so, like they had all the, like, the Big E was a Topsfield Fair just like a ton bigger. It felt more commercialized. It felt a lot more, like, a lot less personal. And usually I'm all about, like, having big crowds and making everything be very, you know, big business. Not big business, but, like, everything on a bigger scale, you know? If you're able to have everything at a big scale, you might as well. But, I don't know, something like a fair like that, it just didn't make any sense to have it be on this big, massive scale sort of a deal, for me at least. I definitely preferred it being a smaller setting and whatnot. It felt more personal, so it felt more local too. So it felt like the Big E, there was kind of nothing like personal about it. I don't know. I don't really know. But I definitely enjoyed the Topsfield Fair more. I definitely didn't eat butter, which was good. You know, eating butter was not ideal for that situation. So that was already a massive improvement from the Topsfield Fair, or from the Big E, I should say. So I did play more games at the Big E, so at least I did that. But, you know, I play games almost every day, so it wasn't too disappointing to not play a game at the Topsfield Fair. So, yeah. But I think that's actually it. So that raises the question again, ladies and gentlemen, as I do every single year, what's Brian's Halloween plans? The overarching saga of what there is to do. For some reason, social media is like, hey, you have no friends. There's no images or anything to show on your timeline. So add people. It's like, no, I already have plenty of friends. But there's always the question of what exactly to do for Halloween. Now, there's like Halloween plans that always try to actually happen, but they never end up going through. And now, the only thing that's of interest is the Boston Grown-Ups Museum, A Nightmare at the Museum, and it's on a Wednesday. So this is the issue. A couple years ago, I went to a Halloween party, and I've talked about this thing before. This has been a thing previously. I've gone to, like, these things, and they've gone incredibly, horribly wrong. Now, this thing is $30 to get in, which I'm already not convinced on, right? $30 to get in. What am I getting for $30 here? Oh, this is a confusing part here. So, you have to use the dials here to obviously lower the fog that's in the room here. So you do that on that side, and it took me forever to realize that the other dial isn't there, and you have to use that thing. I was going to say the black light. It's basically a black light to, you know, see the valve there. So yeah, make that happen, and there you go. It took me forever to figure that out. So, like $30 to walk into the place. It's like, really? Why would I want to do that? You know what I mean? And I guess I move it the wrong way. Oh, no. Oh, you have to suck the fog out of the room, too. So there you go. Once you do that, you're good. So I'm already not convinced about that. And then, you know, it's on a Wednesday. It's like, what adult is going to go out and party on a Wednesday? You know, people got priorities. I mean, I don't. I can do whatever I want, you know? So this is the only thing of relative interest. Even if I go by myself, like, forget about it, you know? Like, might as well, you know. So I realize now, okay, hold on. Whole big topic here. So I realize that I am seen as and this feels awkward for me to say, but it's true because people have messaged me before saying that this is what I am. They've, you know, I am a role model for a lot of youngins out there, or people, or, you know, whoever. So I need to get better about, you know, what I say, what I preach, what I do is what I you know, set a standard for. So, right? So, like, I always say, like, oh, you know, you should go and, you know, be the best person you can be, obviously. Put yourself out there, make new friends, blah, blah, blah. So, like, this sort of thing is, like, the whole, you know, put yourself out there, make new friends thing that I have to live a bit more, you know? I can't just, not do that, you know? So, we'll see if I actually end up going through with it. I always not bail on plans like that, but it does happen the day before Luigi's Mansion, so, like, that was also my concern with Halloween stuff. Like, I want to prioritize Luigi's Mansion, obviously. It's my job, it's what I do. So, like, I want to do that. So, I didn't want to potentially, you know, cancel plans or something. So, that's the only thing that I have that I would maybe do. So, I haven't ran it by anyone else yet, but I might just buy it. I don't know. We'll see. There's 7,000 people interested in the event, 200 that are going. Cool. So, there you go. If you're going there on October 30th, let's have a fan meetup. But yeah, so that's all that I have. I actually planned on like eating a ton of the candy that I got from Canada as a part of like a Halloween thing. You know, if I end up recording Luigi's Mansion, I'd basically have a ton of the candy that I got from Canada while I was on the trip that I still can't talk about. But I actually ended up eating a lot of it. Friends ended up eating a lot of it, and my mother actually ended up eating a lot of it too. So like it's basically all gone. There's one candy bar left of the whole thing, and I got like 15 or 20, and that trip was like 3 weeks ago. So definitely closer to getting diabetes than I ever have before. So I gotta really chill out here. I really gotta call it quits for a little while here. So probably on Halloween you'll see me playing Luigi's Mansion 3 with a few Three Musketeers bars. That's about it. That's all I'm gonna do. My plan was to do like eat like a candy bar, not like a small candy bar per like level or something of the mansion or something, like just do like a whole thing. But I realized, and then I would like actually get diabetes from that, so I really don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna do that. But that was an idea I had just to make it a bit more for like, oh, you know, eat candy on Halloween, blah blah blah. So, you know, Halloween's on a Thursday, so we'll see how it goes. I can't believe that so many of you guys and girls don't actually go out on Halloween. A lot of towns have it so, you know, you do Halloween on like the day before or during the day or whatever. Because I see less and less kids every single year going out and doing anything on Halloween. It's always during the daytime, because obviously the world we live in, you don't want to let your kids walk around aimlessly at night, you know, unsupervised. And especially if it's during the week, you know, parents gotta work and do whatever. So yeah, that I understand too. So like it makes it very tough for kids to go out and have a safe and happy Halloween and all that. So like that's been something that has disappointed me over the past couple of years here. I wish that that would change. I don't think it will, but I would like to think that like we could get to a point where, you know, Halloween could be like a thing to the same level that it was before. So, because I love the idea of Halloween. I love the idea of going out, you know, getting all sorts of candy for free, hang out with your friends, you dress up, you do the whole thing there. But, you know, you don't want to do that at night or unsupervised or whatever. I mean, part of the idea is being unsupervised. You get to go out on your own, do whatever. But, you know, in my area that I grew up in, I could never go out and trick-or-treat on Halloween. Like, no, like it's not safe. But I would go to my grandparents' neighborhood. There was a whole, and I might have told these stories before, but whatever. I'm playing Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, alright? Leave me alone. So, there was a whole, not cul-de-sac looking thing, but like, it was basically like an oval like this, and there were houses on each side of the street all the way around, and then there was another cul-de-sac up here. So like the cul-de-sac up here, they all had big-sized candy bars. So anyone who made the trek all the way up the hill to get to the top of the hill to get the big houses, they got the big candy bars. And then, you know, there'd be hundreds of kids all around the cul-de-sac and, you know, the relative neighborhood, because my grandparents' neighborhood was definitely nothing to scoff at. There was all sorts of houses up there that had, they have money. So, you know, they would give out candy, and it would not be in small quantities. It'd be in good quantities too. So that would be it. And over the course of years, like even when I was like 14, right? Like 14 or 15 years old, like I would see less and less kids every year, and I'm 23 now. Like that was like a long time ago, but like it was even like on the downslide then. So like, you know, where I am right now in the office, there's definitely not kids trick-or-treating around here. This is like a city, a downtown-ish area. So there's not kids trick-or-treating here. But like, even in like the cul-de-sacs and stuff, it's just not, you know, it's not the same, you know? And I feel old saying that, of course, but I've also heard that trunk-or-treating is a thing, which is kind of weird. It's weirder to me, but I understand why it's safer. So like, instead of it being a situation where you go to someone's house and you do all that, you can get together in like a mall parking lot or something wherever the town decrees for the day. And then that would be where trunk-or-treating happens. Basically, you deck out your trunk of your car and you have kids come by and get candy that way. So, I mean, technically, you're hitting more locations, like in a smaller square footage area. You know, it's easier to walk around with your kid for about 20 minutes getting all the candy from the trunk of cars rather than going out house to house for like an hour and a half. So I understand it from that standpoint too. But it takes a lot of the, I guess, the magic out of it, you know? It's definitely safer. But, I mean, even when, like, I would think the mall would be more poppin' with kids for trick-or-treating. Because, you know, the mall has all sorts of stores in it. Why wouldn't they give out candy and get in the spirit of it, right? So, like at the Lego store, obviously paid my dues at the Lego store, right? And they absolutely have a thing on Halloween. You walk in, you get either candy or you get like, I don't know, like a little mini set or something like that. And then, you know, I don't think they give out candy. They just give out a little mini set. Because obviously that's the treat, obviously, is a Lego set. But, like, I worked at a fancy luggage place. And they were like, well, we're not giving out candy because the way some stores are, really fancy stores, is what I found, is they will have a thing where there's a certain ratio of people that walk in that need to buy something. So if you walk in and don't buy anything, the conversion goes down. So you don't want that. So basically, you don't want people walking in and not buying anything. So basically, that was it. And like some people just don't get into the spirit of the season. You know, they're just curmudgeons. Just people that just, you know, as older as I've gotten, and you know, maybe it's just because like I interact with, you know, so many kids from, you know, online and whatnot that watch me, and parents and all that. Like, maybe it's that, but like I haven't lost that spirit of Halloween. As much as I don't do anything, like I really want to throw like a killer Halloween party, but like I can't right now. So as much as I don't do anything pertaining really to the holiday, I'm still in the spirit, you know? I still want to... Oh, I went the totally wrong way. Oh no, we're in the right direction. Okay, cool. Like as much as I would love to do, like, you know, like, yeah. So that's the whole thing there. So I don't understand. I mean, some people have their reasons for not getting into the holiday and doing whatever. Like, you know, some people don't get into Christmas or any of the holidays around that time, or Hanukkah or whatever. So, you know, it just kind of depends. But I hope to never lose that, like, spirit of, you know, getting into a holiday or whatever. You know, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that curmudgeon. I don't want to be that whatever. I don't want that spirit broken from me, you know? Like, I want to, even if I don't have, like, kids of my own right now, like, I'm still, like, into it, you know? Still want to make sure everyone enjoys their Halloween and whatnot. Like, I'd love to hand out candy. But even, like, you know, Like, I'm in an apartment building. There's no kids that are going to be trick-or-treating in an apartment building, because then most of the people don't even answer the door. So, like, the ideal situation, here's the ideal situation, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy bricksobrian gets a nice big house, okay? A house that's big enough to throw the most, like, banger Halloween parties, the most amazing and heartwarming Christmas parties, like, the most, like, involved New Year's Eve like that is the place to go. So, like, my aunt's house is that place. Whenever there's Thanksgiving or, like, Christmas Eve or something like that, everyone just gets there. She got the biggest house. And, like, that's just the decree, right? It's been accepted by the family, on every side of the family. This is the house to go to because there's just a big space, and that can fit the most people, and there you go. I am more than willing to take up that mantle. More than willing to take it. As stressful as it may end up being one day, I don't really care. I love it. So hopefully I will be able to have that house, permitting, obviously, the Mrs. Brickso future would be willing to indulge me in that, because that's something that's very important to me. Family and, you know, having as many people together as I possibly can. And these just, they won't quit. They really will not quit here. Almost even get a game over, but I think I get the trifecta here, or at least like a double or something right here. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then there's the final one there. Nice. So, yeah, that's what I want to do, and it just can't happen right now, which is fine, you know? Like, I don't have a family of my own to have Christmas Eve over at the house or anything like that. You know, it's going to happen at my aunt's house because, you know, my 2 cousins. So that's how it's going to be. I understand. But one day it'll be that situation. Hopefully that will be the case. So here's the thing also with this section here. So coming up here, after you clear this room in here, you can exit out of here and get the polter pup. You can get him by doing the thing that I didn't do last time. You can, like, flash the flashlight there and, like, actually get him. Now, I don't do that because I just forget and I'm dumb. So I'm not dumb. I just forgot. All right, I need to stop doing that. All right, I am unaware of what I need to do. So at this section right here, you can approach him. You just charge up the light and you can get him. I don't do that. So what happens here? I'm not close enough right here. That's the thing. And then he goes away. So he ends up going back into the room over here. In this room specifically, there is a way to find him in here. You can track him down via the paw prints there. And then once he's in this room right here, that's how you can grab him. So, and I guess he'll appear in other sections as well. But yeah, there we go. So, like, I don't realize, I couldn't tell whether it's a cutscene or whether or not it's like a fixed, you know, thing. So yeah, that's how you do that there. So there he goes. He's all done. And there's your other piece there. So that's the second piece of the clock that we need. So now in the next episode, I think we're going to get something else and then do the final boss battle for the area, which, again, that boss battle is a lot more involved than you might think. There's actually quite a lot to it. So that's enough of me ranting about how Halloween is in general. But maybe I'll talk about how excited I am for Luigi's Mansion 3, my thoughts on what it might end up being like, and talking about my love of the series here so far. We'll see. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's my time to get out of here. I'm going to probably record... I can probably record the next one and then call... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I feel a lot better now that I had a lot of water. A lot of water in the system, man. You gotta hydrate. Stay hydrated. Hydrated, kids. All right? Make sure you keep the water flowing through you, because there's only so much diet soda and coffee can do for you. And I definitely don't want to drink coffee at this time of the night, that's for sure. And I wait till nighttime to record the Luigi's Mansion videos, because it's all fitting in the background here. So, yeah. So now that we have that other piece, we can go back into the next area, or the same area, and do the whole thing again. So, kind of, sort of, maybe, without further ado, I want to thank you guys and girls for listening, watching, tuning in, and meowing it out with me. As always, we are nowhere close to that 10,000 marker for the goal here, but that's quite okay. Obviously, the pup will escape, just like last time. You know, he's on your side, man. He's on your side. They're actually releasing a PVC figure of him, like, and Luigi together, and it actually looks really cool. I might get it. We'll see. I don't know. I don't need more stuff, but, like, it'd be cool to have. So, yeah, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon for more Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the Nintendo 3DS. Peace out. Bye.